You're tuned into the Midday Show on KEXP at 90.3 FM in Seattle, online around the world at kexp.org. And one of our favorite musicians live in studio, and he's got a bunch of great fellows with him. It's Craig Finn. Welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me.
It's great to have you here. Want to start off with a couple songs, and then we'll catch up?
Sounds good. We're going to start with a song called Apollo Bay. My head was really hurting. I had to take it to Apollo Bay. My head was really hurting. I had to take it to Apollo Bay. All my downtime makes me restless. All my small talk makes me nervous. My head was really hurting. I had to take it to Apollo Bay. Vietnamese, 6 or 7 babies. Vietnamese, 6 or 7 babies. All my days stretch out before me. All my nights just get away from me. Vietnamese, 6 or 7 babies. All 12 apostles can't be seen from the shore. All 12 apostles can't be seen from the shore. Some hide behind the others. There's always people taking pictures. All 12 apostles were convinced that they were walking with their saviors. I'm gonna drive around. I'm gonna come down the coast by myself. I'm gonna drive around. I'm gonna come down the coast by myself. All my days stretch out before me. All my nights just go to hell. I'm gonna drive around. I'm gonna come down the coast by myself. So, I'm Craig Finn. This is another song from my new record, Clear Heart, Full Eyes, and this one is about going to a party with someone, a date, and leaving alone. It's called Balcony. There was a party at that high-rise up on Harmon. It was dead except a couple people dancing. While her eyes were still adjusting to the dark, her appetite was expanding. Dude with long fingernails, I don't think that I trust him all that much. It cost $10 just to get inside the building. Cost more to get in touch. I went to the SA to get some six. I asked the doorman to remember me. Oh, I looked up to see the moon and I saw you and him out on the balcony. It's the same thing that you did with me. Don't wanna be your old man, wanna be a new man another time all over. Miss the way your eyes, they used to spark when you look over your shoulder. The dude with the long fingernails, I think he's gonna take such good care of you. I seen him shave up at the library. I seen him sleep behind the caribou. Took the bus back uptown, cause I knew that it was over. I didn't need to know the rest of it. I know the look, I know the lines, I know the laugh from back when we first started. Such drunk romantic genesis. Now we really made a mess of this. I'll put your stuff out on the driveway. You can get it when you walk back through the white line. I'll leave a sandwich in your suitcase in case you're hungry when you come down from that high rise. I hope you two don't break his nails when he tries to help you carry all your stuff. It costs $10 for a taxi. Costs a whole lot more to fall in love. Went to the SA to get some six. I asked the bagman to remember me. Well, I looked up to see the moon and I saw you and him out on the balcony. It's the same thing that you did to me. What's the same thing that you did to me? What's the same thing that you did to me? What's the same thing that you did to me? What's the same thing that you did to me?
Sounds incredible.
Oh, thanks so much.
It's Craig Finn live on KEXP tonight. He and his band play at the Crocodile, and today here in studio playing songs from the new album, Clear Heart, Full Eyes. And Craig, why don't you introduce your band? You all sound great together.
Thanks so much. This is James Stevens playing guitar, Ricky Ray Jackson playing pedal steel, Falcon Valdez playing the drums, and Alex Livingstone playing bass. And they're all out of Austin, Texas. And I met Ricky when we made the record. He played on it, and then through friends down there, I hired a bunch of other Austin people. The record seemed to spiritually live down there, so I wanted the band to come from there too.
I love it. So all the guys wearing boots are from Austin, and the guy wearing crepe-soled shoes is from up north.
Yeah, that's exactly it. The only Yankee around.
Well, you all sound great together. What drew you down? Well, I have to warn you, whenever I talk to anyone from the South, my Southern accent comes out. I can't stop myself, so I'm going to throw that right out there. But what drew you down to Austin?
Well, I've always loved going to Austin, but really it was the producer, Mike McCarthy. I had these songs, and I started to look at how to make the record. And I talked to Mike. He had a producer. He had a studio down there. He had ideas for who was going to play on the record. And I said, that sounds perfect. I'll get to spend some time in Austin. Now, unfortunately, it was July in Austin, so it wasn't the best month to be down there, but we still had a lot of fun.
Well, it really sounds incredible, the album, and you have such an atmospheric, moody feel on it. I'm so happy you played Apollo Bay. I had the record for 2 weeks before I made it past that first song. I mean, talk about mood and atmosphere, but it travels through the whole album. Did you bring the songs fully fleshed into the studio, or did the musicians sort of have a hand in the sound?
The musicians had a big hand. I sent Mike just a really rough demos, just like an acoustic guitar and vocals, and then we got the musicians together, and I'd show them the songs, and we'd play them. And pretty quickly, I sang the vocals right live in the studio, which is unusual for me anyways. And I don't think anything went to longer than a third take. So it was really the sound of guys playing songs they were just learning in the studio, and recorded really well, and good players. So that was the concept of the record, and I'm really happy with how it turned out.
You're such a great storyteller, and this album's no exception. And again, such detail. They're like little mini short stories, every single song. Are any of the characters from the Hold Steady and Lifter Puller songs carried through onto this record?
No, not so much, although they find themselves in similar situations. I think this record might be a little more, because it's a little quieter, I think it's maybe a little more intimate, a little more vulnerable and maybe a little more personal, too. But there certainly are characters, but I think the characters maybe... I feel like every year my characters get involved in like a little more adult situations, adult problems. I mean adult problems, not adult situations. But you know, as you get older, you start to think about different things.
Your characters are growing up along with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you've been in the Hold Steady for almost 10 years now, and it seems like you record a record, you tour, you record a record, you tour, you record a record, you tour, just over and over. Has this solo project been something that's been simmering for a long time, and you finally just made the time for it?
Well, yeah, as a sort of storyteller and lyricist, I always wanted to do something that was maybe a little quieter and just kind of more based on the vocals. And we took a 5-month break last year from the Hold Steady exactly because we were sort of in that rut of, you know, record, tour, record. So it gave me some time to work on it. But it's funny because it just allows me to flex a different muscle, and we're going to make a Hold Steady record when I get back. So kind of, I don't know if it's getting it out of your system or just kind of like exercising a different thing. It's, two different things that kind of work well together.
But you'll be working on touring for this for a bit. You're not going to run back into the studio.
We have a tour. It goes until like April. We're going over to Europe after this, down to the East Coast and then over to Europe. So it's there's plenty of dates left on this thing too.
Good. People are going to want to see this band perform live. It sounds amazing today here in studio and tonight at the Crocodile here in Seattle. Craig Finn live here on KEXP. How about a couple more songs?
Yeah, we're gonna do Jackson from the new record. Jackson was an actor, at least he was when he was well. Stephanie was good to me, but not so much to herself. We were holed up in a hotel room from August to November. It's Jackson, me and Stephanie, and the rest I don't remember. Stephanie appeared to me in the back half of the theater. We met up with Jackson on the Strand a few days later. Pulled up funds, made a runway foolproof when it counted. It's Jackson, me and Stephanie, and it didn't seem all that crowded. Why you asking about Jackson? It was a long time ago, nothing really happened. Why you asking about Jackson? Jackson just got restless, couldn't take the lack of action. He was sort of like a shark, he just had to keep on swimming. And the sailors kept coming off the boats down at the harbor. It was difficult to stop, it was easy to get started. And Stephanie came on strong and suddenly went weak. She seemed a little speedy and her tongue worked at her teeth. Their sirens came behind us, it was a bit before we heard it. It was Jackson, me and Stephanie, and for a while it felt just perfect. Why you ask about Jackson? It was a long time ago, nothing really happened. Someone said he ended up in Denver. Someone said he went to Kansas City. Someone said he went off the deep end. Someone said he's living there already. One day Jackson just didn't show up to the party. One day Jackson just didn't show up to the party. Yeah, Stephanie was long on looks and short on mental health. Said depression is an ocean, it's prone to tides and swells. Anxiety is persistent, it's an ambitious politician. Keeps knocking at your door until you come and let it in. I think that Jackson let it in. I think that Jackson let it in. All right. That song's called Jackson. We're going to do one more here. The song's actually not on the record. It's another song. It's called Sarah, I'm Surrounded. And it's kind of the idea being that there's so many songs about and stories about moving to the big city and trying to make it. And this one is about someone who moves to the big city to try to make it, and it doesn't work, and they come home with their tail between their legs. And it's called Sarah, I'm Surrounded. Sarah, I'm surrounded by victims and sycophants and thieves. They're hanging out downtown now. Some of them really might believe the drinks that they drink, the things that they eat, songs that they like, the movies they see, can help overcome all the places they're from and fill up the empty. Sarah, I'm suspicious. The weak parts are showing right through. Feel like it might be getting kinda obvious, and I guess that's why I'm calling you. 'Cause I'm scared of my future, I'm ashamed of the past. My attempts at reinvention's getting wrecked by the fact that we can only become all the places we're from, and I'm lonely. You know I said goodbye, but if you want another try, are getting fried by all these bright lights. I know the things I said about never coming back. But I've been thinking about the quality of life. Sarah, I'm so sorry. The week before I left, I called you small town. But I was worried about the money, and I didn't want to be weighed down. But we came on vacation and the bars weren't so dark, and they didn't quite believe me when I looked at apartments. Now I'm gonna run to the place that I'm from. I didn't think I would, but I miss it. I'm wondering if you might wire me the funds for a ticket. Sarah, I'm surrounded. Sarah, I'm surrounded.
Sounds so nice.
Thanks so much.
Craig Finn live here on KEXP, the new album, Clear Heart, Full Eyes. I have to look down at the paper every time because you know what I want to say.
Yeah, I know what you want to say. It was just a little nod to the Texas location. I think it may have confused a lot of people, but I still like it.
Hey, you talk about good storytelling. It
Yeah.
doesn't get much better than Friday Night Lights.
Right.
Thank you so much, all of you, for coming in. And this band plays tonight at the Crocodile here in Seattle. And it's always a pleasure to see you, Craig, and love the new album.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
It's Craig Finn live on KEXP Seattle.